Thursday, everybody. Listen, it's been a month since Hurricane Helene hit, and finally, after a month, it appears we're getting some promising, encouraging news from a lot of folks up there.
Yeah, it's hard to believe 1 month that's when the hurricane tore through western North Carolina. Take a look. This is video of the damage in hard-hit Watauga County. But today, a much-needed return to normalcy for so many families in the area.
Yeah, and in a lot of ways. We begin, though, with thousands of kids that are going to return to school for the first time since the storm. WCNC Charlotte's Richard Devane now live in Boone this morning with a preview of today's return. And Richard, it strikes me that you really don't appreciate your routine, your normalcy until something like this. Yeah. And then these families are probably craving it just to get back to some normalcy.
Absolutely correct, Ben. Good morning, Sarah. Good Thursday morning, everyone online. Basically, a month ago this time, a lot of folks were kind of getting ready for a storm, wondering about, if they'd have to bring an umbrella or something like that. Some school districts actually were postponing because of the bad weather, saying that they might not start classes on time. Some areas actually were canceling classes on Friday morning. But then that storm hit and everything changed. But a month later, after a lot of devastation, good signs right here. I'm at Watauga High School, where a lot of students are making their way to classes for the first time in practically a month. Happy about this. Several weeks ago, this was the spot for folks pulling up, would be picking up supplies. Now, kids are going to school. Now, these kids are being dropped off so their parents can find a safe route for them from their house to school. But there are other kids who are having a different issue. So that's why the schools that have been closed for weeks after destructions are dealing with getting kids back to school safely. One of the ways they've done this is the school district, as well as school leaders, the Department of Transportation, and as well as business and community members, all got together to work on what they call community bus stops. These are 42 area bus stops in this area, around the county, I should say, which provide a safe driving route to and from schools. That means the roads that they travel are safe to travel on with school buses and other cars. So we spoke with an App State student who was excited about the chance to get back to what she says is a normal routine. That is a great thing, having the fact to get back to normal. She goes to App State, but some of these schools who are here, she goes to App State, I should say, and she's actually been given the opportunity to go back to school. They went back to school a little bit sooner, but now for the first time today, a lot of other students are going back to school. Those school buses are now rolling to those 42 stops, and they're talking about adding some additional stops so that they can make it even more students can get to those bus stops and then get back to their schools. We're right here in Watauga County. This is Richard Devane. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
All right, Richard, thanks for that.
Well, this morning, Avery County's iconic Grandfather Mountain back open for business. Several trails, as well as the nature discovery and environmental habitats, reopened yesterday. Park officials also say none of their resident animals were harmed during the storm. The park will be open 7 days a week, and online reservations are highly recommended. However, Grandfather Mountain State Park remains closed this morning. And speaking of reopening, Hendersonville says it's ready to welcome back tourists. While some businesses are still recovering from the storm, the majority of shops, restaurants, and attractions are fully open. And now is a great time to go. The fall colors are just starting and will last through the first full week of November.
Speaking of fall colors, check this out. Another part of the Blue Ridge Parkway back open this morning. This famous 20-mile stretch near Blowing Rock reopened just in time for peak fall colors there in the mountains. Great news for folks who are familiar with leaf peeping up there in Watauga County. Happening today, though, state lawmakers in Raleigh are going to gather for a special session to decide whether to grant more aid, more money to areas recovering from Helene. Earlier this month, lawmakers passed $273 million in relief to get the bill started. Now, the governor asking lawmakers to approve nearly $4 billion during today's meeting. It comes just hours after he announced the storm caused an estimated $53 billion in damage. Across the board, still a long way to go, but some progress and a return to normalcy for a lot of folks.
That's right. It's craved by so many people.
All right, folks, here's hoping you have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.